Alright, this was called 16-Year-Old Prostitute, and like I read it.
Oh my, 16-year-old prostitute?
Yeah, because I mean like
That's
I
Reminiscent?
I was just like,
Who told her?
nah, it's just basically like I watch a lot of documentaries about prostitution, and like a lot of them are like, you know, they're like runaways and stuff like that. So 16-Year-Old Prostitute, I wrote it a long time ago, but it sucks, so I redid it. Alright. I try to find memories in her bone structure, in her freckles, in her eyebrows, along the curvature of her smile. But I find stranger in her face every time, nothing to connect her back to someone I once loved as a child. She's just a ghost of who she never had a chance to become, forced to wear skin and bones that don't belong to her anymore. It's too painful, so I try not to remember. But her song keeps me up at night, so I can't forget that. She sells pussy on the corner of Lexington and 23rd Avenue, 10 blocks away from the middle school she never graduated from, 5 blocks away from the crack house she spent weekends dragging her mother out of. She never had a chance. Her dreams ceased to exist the moment her lips wrapped around the tip. It was potent. She didn't choke, and the realization coated her throat like a big girl she swallowed. Because the world does not stop to coddle the problems of a lost cause. With hesitation, I paused. Her face resembled someone I once saw hope in. Now she's floating where she pokes and soaks in a higher dosage. Her arms are like calendars. She keeps dates in varicose veins, using her track lines like timelines documenting days. I remember at 9, we promised we never touch that stuff, that we never turn into our mothers. I swore I never touched prescription pills. I guess we forgot that rock kills families and calls daughters to be strangers with mothers. Maybe if we had strong ones, we would have been birthed into something phenomenal, but we had know how to do pamphlets to prepare us for growing up, so we constructed ourselves into unfinished projects. She's a reincarnation of her, so she sells pussy. Between morning sickness, her love is just a dollar bill away. She's drugged in her days, the common slave to the cocaine. She snorts up trays, he's just another lady to put some food on his son's plate. It makes me think that this must have been instinct, like the hustle of the streets was encoded underneath. Trick baby grows up turning trick, and this is nothing like Pretty Woman. She will never be a princess. Her needs hold secrets. The wounds on her skin are permanent, reopened, grinded in sidewalks. Her scabs tell stories of bedside, back alleys in Harlem. She holds New York underneath her hip bone, but she's tired of the stench of semen on her lip, on her thighs, of sweat in her clothes. She taught her all that he knows, how to use all that her mother gave to her. She calls him daddy, just like the one she ran away from because he was raping her. At 13, she sold pussy because lemonade stands profits can't afford to feed the empty mouths of her little sisters and brothers. When her mother smoked away all she ever was paid, so she put her fee on her body and prayed unanswered prayers for a better day, but from the street corner she was never saved. So she sells pussy behind Second Baptist Church on 3rd, and that's the closest she's been to Jesus in over a decade. She used to never miss a Sunday, used to sing hymns and tunes like an angel, but her wings were clipped the moment she let him slip in. So now her body sings anthems, beatbox in her box springs pop, and her lips lock in the fading of the treble of her heart. The sound of knees getting private parts. Hard. The mixture of her crying because every inch hurts, and she has no more words, but she'll always keep this song like home. He is my survival story. She doesn't have one. Just a song of empty streets, of police sirens, of sex requests whispered on ears. I can hear her song from time to time when the city is quiet. I can hear the sound of her feet wandering these streets like a nomad to nowhere. Her beggar's sonnet never fails to break my heart. She lives in my eardrums now, so I'll never forget her sound because her face is just too hard to remember.